Welcome to church. I'm kidding.
I know. Now, the Bible says 15 says, no, hi, I'm Mark.
And I'm Michael. Hi.
And welcome to our show. Welcome to our apparently our religious tabernacle of
I
love
should be.
and celebrity love. I don't know.
I'm sorry, y'all. Happy Pride. Happy Pride. Happy
Happy
Pride.
Pride, everyone.
It's Pride Month here, and we're
Yes, how
celebrating.
you doing, Mikey?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm great.
I mean, you being in the mecca of I should just say mecca. You being in the heart of the community in San Francisco. How are things there?
These are good. Everyone's getting excited. I know that LA's already had their Pride already, and also Sacramento's having theirs this weekend. But ours is for San Francisco, which is where I'm closest to. If you guys don't know where I'm in the Bay Area, but um, San Francisco doesn't start until the end of the month, the last weekend of the month. So we still have time. So
I think
I
I
mean,
really don't know that.
yeah, so everything's pretty excited. But if you're from the area, most people know that different areas in different cities in the Bay have different prides at certain times. So, but yeah, the biggest one is going to be the end of this month.
Yeah. So and Edmonton's been pretty okay too. It started last week. Started on our starts June 1st on the whole entire month. And it's the whole entire month of June. We had a block party last week. It was actually, if I'm really honest, I kind of feel like it wasn't. Mm, it sounds shady. It could have been. I thought it could have been promoted better. I feel like I think what happened was everyone tried to blend it too much, like just a plain block party and like bit of other business and regular things. They kind of got drowned out. Like at one point, I'm at the block party. I didn't even know it was a Pride event. I was like, this Pride. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
from my understanding, Edmonton, you guys used to have a bigger Pride, but it's
Huge, yeah, it's like parades and everything. I don't think we had a parade this year at all. Nothing.
oh wow.
I know.
Interesting. Yeah, I know. I'm Edmonton. I don't. It's not really. I feel like it. Yeah, when it comes to Pride, it's not really a big event there. I know. In Calgary, it's bigger. That's where.
No. Edmonton it used to be bigger than it used to be really huge. Now it's just I don't know what's happening. It's
Yeah.
just not. I don't know what's happening. But I mean, there was an event last night. It's okay. I mean, I feel like I don't know. The promotion can be done a bit better. I think the last night was that people showed up. But the thing was, everyone's kind of bored because typically for Pride, there's like something during the day, and you
Mhm.
build it up until something at night, right? Where it's like,
Right.
okay, now it's fine, but it was kind of disjointed. It was like nothing happened till it was weird. It was weird.
Oh, got you. So nothing really was going on.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
like okay, Pride in this
Mhm.
factory. Okay.
Yeah. Well.
Anyway.
Yeah. I really wish people would get together in Edmonton and kind of and make it a bit more organized and kind of be more streamlined. I really wish that was something you guys had. But if you're not used to our channel, please make sure you like, subscribe, and
Comment.
comment. We're here to listen to your point of view. We want to make sure we get to connect with you. So yeah, hit us up.
I can shout out to my friend Mike. Actually, I saw him last night. He's like, "Oh, I saw you and your brother are doing this really cool podcast or Restream." He's like, "Oh, it's really cool. I kind of like hear your conversation and stuff." So I wanted to say, "Hey," says it.
Yeah, and it's just to let you guys know too, we actually can see you when you message us during the video, so you definitely hit us up. Well, we can even if we don't catch you, we also will mess you after too. So
Yay!
yeah, so let's go into some hot topics of because since we haven't spoken in a long time, I have a really good one. Of course, the most important one of the states is that Trump got indicted for 34 counts. Mike, what do you think about this whole entire thing? But before I ask you get your opinion, let me go over some things with that.
Okay.
Um, Trump was found guilty of 34 counts, which one was basically there's a whole bunch of them, but the most important ones was the first one, which was for the hush money that he paid lawyers through the series of reimbursements
Mhm.
uh, through his affair with Stormy Daniels, the adult star. And the other ones were him actually withholding information in Mar-a-Lago for he said he withheld defense information for the nation,
Mhm.
and also he got caught with just telling lies and not really being honest about his campaign and all the funding and things of that nature. So, Mike, what do you think about all of that?
So I don't think a lot of you guys know this. So I actually have a degree in political science and history. So I know not just a pretty face, but so I can talk a little bit about that. So Yeah. So basically, misappropriation of funds, and I think it's like the biggest issue is, especially with politicians, people of higher class, in terms of like in government and stuff, they tend to like file their taxes different ways, and sometimes they get their lawyers involved, so they can file it under different pretenses or different avenues they shouldn't be putting it in, so they get bigger tax breaks, or they could take the money and say it was for one thing and put it towards something else, which is that's the main issue, right? And the main issue is that not just Trump doing it, but it's all the politicians that do it.
They
So
do. Correct.
yeah. So the issue is pure corruption. And I had this conversation with some friends earlier, and they're like, some people were trying to defend him, some people were saying no, they're against him. I'm like, yeah, yeah. The thing is, though, in general, across the board, period, you shouldn't be
Correct.
appropriating funds at all, at all. Like when you're in a business, and
Hmm.
the higher you go, the more it's like anything else. Like if you're the king, people's eyes more are looking at the king more, right? Or if you're a higher person up in a higher echelon, people are looking at you, right? So you can't just misappropriate funds. You can't just take money and do things you want. And the main thing is do the right thing. Like don't try to don't try to like cut corners or do whatever. And that's for everybody. Do the right thing.
But it's like an old saying that that Cena Johnson said in her song. If you want to be the king, wear the crown. Like
Yeah.
if you want to be king, there's responsibilities that come with that. I think
Right.
one of the major responsibilities of being a leader and being especially the free world. They say he's like the head of he was the head of the free world, right? When he's
Yeah.
president, is you're supposed to be the example, set the example for everyone. So I find it to be very, honestly, to be very tacky that even
Yeah.
if he's able to actually even be on a ballot, I feel like and I feel like I find it very imbalanced as far as justice is
Yeah.
concerned, especially when it comes to there are people who are in jail now who actually can't even vote, where the president
Yeah.
himself can run for president. That makes no sense.
Yeah, yeah, and
That's
also yeah, the just between white collar crimes and like blue collar crimes. Like I feel like to me, I feel like the white collar crimes have these exact same
penalty.
penalties as a blue collar crime. For
I
so I
agree.
remember that, for example, if you go in and you rob a bank, you have you have a pointy point shoot thing, and you
Mhm.
tell them, hey, give me the money. It's the same as if I took money for my business and I misappropriated, change, switched it to something. You're still stealing. You're still stealing. It's still you're
Mhm.
stealing across the board, and that's the main problem. Is there's no real penalty for corruption in terms to white collar crimes. I feel like that needs to change. So across the board, we need to have like definitely penalties. There also needs to be accountability when you're misappropriating funds or paying people to do things for you. They shouldn't be paying for you to do things to do.
Mhm.
I think like there's so much corruption that honestly they just start over. They just start the law because there's too much red tape to go through to figure out. It's just too much red tape. I think.
I agree. I
Yeah.
think there's a couple of things I want to talk about, especially during this Pride Month too, is that if you're not picking a side, then you're being complicit to whatever is happening. So I feel like it's really important if you think, oh well, I don't think it's that bad and this, but I think
Yeah.
if you do research, I'm not gonna go into too much of it, but if you do research for Project 2025, I think you really want to look at your rights and see how your rights could be affected. It's not just gays, it's also women, it's also other minorities. I think we need to really be cautious of this political year, and we need to really pay attention, and also we need to be out there as vocal as we are with everything else, with all other non-trivial things that people give so much information online that they don't have to. This is the most
Yeah.
important thing you should be supporting.
Yeah, and you might say to yourself, "Oh yeah, well, it's not important," and that's for anyone across the board. Like, um, when they say, they might say, "Oh, well, it doesn't matter," or no, it does matter because eventually the money that they're taking away from and things, it sometimes it's their money, sometimes it's your money, sometimes it's your money.
Mhm.
So you need to be like really mindful that across the board, just do the right thing. If you're not supposed to be filing your taxes for this bracket or doing something you're not supposed to be doing with money, just don't do it. It sounds scammery, then just don't do it. It makes it easier across the board, right?
Exactly. Like people trying to get
Yeah,
PPP loans, and you don't have
yeah,
a business. Like
yeah,
don't do it for yourself. And
yeah,
trust me, the IRS, they always find out. Honestly, they
yeah,
always know. You'll eventually pay one way or the other.
yeah,
So,
yeah. It's a lot. So I go into another situation with there was a lawyer in actually Maryland who's actually she went to college with us actually,
yes.
and she got trouble because again she's doing a really good job. We're super proud of her. Like she's
We are.
basically defending people and giving them lesser sentences for minor minor charges like weed or whatever, like, whatever it is. But the thing was, she misappropriated funds, doing what she thought everyone else was doing, and took money to go buy a home somewhere else, and she got caught by the government. It's like you can't do that again. Across the board, you have to just do the right thing, and when you know you're a person of power or importance, you need to set the example for everybody else across the board. Period. And that's nobody, and because everyone else is doing it doesn't mean it's right. Because it's not mean it's right. Period. That's what I thought.
And unfortunately, because of those double standards, you can't. It's like you're watched more heavily than most. So
Yeah, yeah,
unfortunately, it should not be that way ever.
yeah. But
But
it's like,
because that's the way of the land, how it's always been, especially for people of color, gay people, anybody of minority, you're always watched to have more heavily. It doesn't make it right, but I think we have to be more cautious of what we're doing and pay attention.
yeah,
So
yeah. Okay, all right. So, are we going into the news topics?
yeah. So did you have a topic you want to go over?
Oh, yeah, I have a real good one. You'll love this one. So, how about in Hong Kong right now? There's a big, huge debate happening. Not debate, more like argument, not argument, kind of like a revolt, I guess. Where so basically the taxi drivers and the Uber drivers are the girls are fighting. And the reason why they're fighting is because so I think I'm assuming that either Uber is banned in Hong Kong or certain areas it's not allowed to be in. So
Mhm.
taxi drivers are not able to get get their money from people getting in. So what they've been doing is Uber drivers have been like using WhatsApp to like connect
Oh
with
yeah.
them. So people go on WhatsApp and like they're getting Ubers and they're going in instead of paying taxis, right? So they're paying, I guess, a lesser price. But the problem is now the cab drivers have gone undercover as customers to go in. So now they go into these Uber cars and they're like,
Mhm.
well, you should be doing this, and, and these causes huge. They call the police on them
Interesting.
and stuff. So what do you think about that?
I
Because
think
you have Lyft, you have so many different types of.
yeah. Well, here we have a lot more.
You have a
We even
lot
have
more. Well, we have Lyft now.
we have non-driving cars to be cars that drive that have no one, basically the automotive cars too as well, the automated where you don't even have people
We
drive.
just got Lyft. We just got Lyft here. Okay.
So we have a Lyft. We have a couple of things, but here, but what I would say is that I think that's why it's so important to be fair in pricing with people. I think that would, if the government wants to regulate it, that's fine, but I think it needs to be fair across the board. But I also feel like it's unfair that I know now I think taxis are being more conscientious about costs and how things, because the apps have come where like Lyft and Uber, when they show, it's like they're so much more cheaper than cabs. So now that the cabs had to drop their price because now it's like a supply and demand thing. So I think it's important that if we just are fair across the board and not charge people an exorbitant amounts of money, but I think this would not cause an issue.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think what's really important is in general. I think Canada has a big problem with this too,
Mm.
where there's not enough diversity in terms of like in certain markets. So what I mean by that is, for example, if it's a telecom company, there's like 10 or 12. There's like two or
Mhm.
three, right? So the
Mhm.
problem when you only have two or three is they control the prices and they can inflate the prices too high, right? So,
Mhm.
I think the problem probably there. I'm assuming what the problem there is that they don't have enough the diversity in terms of like of different things options to choose from driving. So the cab drivers probably get paid a lot more than the Uber drivers, right? The
Mhm.
Uber drivers are trying to get in that market, right? So the problem is we need to create a lot more like avenues for certain
Yeah,
industries so that way it is fair pricing. It is cool, right?
totally agree. Totally agree with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, I got a story for you.
Okay.
So, a very interesting story. I don't know if you heard about this. It's kind of if you're in New York, I'm sure you're probably heard of this and you're probably scared. New York's
Here.
being infested by flying venomous spiders. I don't know if you heard about that.
Oh hell
There's this spiders called
no.
Joros that are coming up from the north, and they're flying venomous spiders. So they're coming because of a wave of I guess production of the particular that species. They're normally harmless to humans and to animals. But Mike, what do you think about this particular?
I think we should evacuate away from New York and burn the whole place because I hate spiders. I'm not scared of them, but I just think that's just sound venom and they're venomous spiders. You say venomous?
Yeah, but they're not harmless to humans. They don't
Oh,
really affect humans
okay.
or
So
animals.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's weird because you have to be careful with that because you could introduce something in the environment to try to kill those spiders, but then you don't want to mess with the mess up the
Ecosystem.
ecosystem, right? So if you for example, we bring in these certain birds to eat those 2 days, it could cause a big ripple effect and bye bye
Mhm.
affect the whole entire area. Um, yeah, I think Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they could deal with. I don't know who deals with a bugologist. We got call the people who do bugs. I can't think the name of it off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, but one of those people to see what they can do. It's a radiologist. Radiologist. That one's funny. Yeah. What do you think? All right. Is it my go?
Yeah, you go.
All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So did you hear about the South Korea, North Korea? They're acting like two rival college campuses right now. Do you hear
How
about
about the loud music?
and it's in the trash. In the
Yeah,
trash.
I heard. Yeah.
Trash, yeah. So basically, what's happening, if you don't know, South Korea is trying to retaliate against North Korea because North Korea sent trash. So basically, I believe what happened was South Korea sent like pamphlets and like information on like why their government should change the laws and
Mhm.
like support things and I'm not sure they said music or something like it's CDs and stuff, K-pop and like entertainment stuff over them. But
Mhm.
then but in return, um, so okay, North Korea sent actual trash in balloons. Oh, and manure. It's like that, right? So and to help you understand, get a feeling of how this is. So imagine if you know, I'm not sure if you guys get this too. In Canada, we get Amber Alerts to our phone saying, you know, so and so's
Yeah,
there's
we
a
get
child or whatever's right. So imagine you get an alert on your phone saying there's trash is being dropped from out of the sky. Be careful, manure and trash be dropped.
it.
What do you think about this?
I think it's very childish. But I think I kind of get it. I think South Korea they're trying to really help people, but I think it's sad because I think North Koreans have been such brainwashed that they don't really see it, and I think also it is very that's very petty to send trash over. I mean, and not to mention that people gotta get up and clean it, and also people can get hurt. That's not a really good look.
Yeah, and then manure that could cause diseases and stuff. You think
Yeah,
food
people get
and all that
sick.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
so and I think what South Korea's been doing too, they've been blasting music, just blasting like
Mhm.
K-pop and K and music across, which I mean like it's good. So I like K-pop, so it wouldn't affect me at all.
Well, speaking of
Would not be affected.
and not at all. But speaking of music, have you heard about the? I'm sure you heard about the Nicki Minaj situation. Nicki
Oh
Minaj,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
how she was arrested in Amsterdam
Yeah,
for having too much grams of weed, and
yeah.
I was after because of her being attained there, she's unable to do her Manchester show. So
Oh
what do you
wow.
in England? So what did you think about that, Mike?
I mean,
I mean,
again,
let me ask you because I find it interesting because in her in her mind, she kind of felt as though it was she's being targeted,
yeah, yeah,
and she felt that also that because everyone knows Amsterdam is an open,
yeah,
basically it's a
open, yeah,
open
wide open. Yeah, yeah.
country where you can do weed and mushrooms like that.
Mhm.
However, she brought it to the airport and they caught her, and then they actually let you know that they have strict laws when it comes to transporting. So, what do you think about that?
Again, if I feel like the thing about you have to be really mindful when I talk about Nicki Minaj because I think the main issue with Nicki is she's one of those people like you don't see the people you always met and you always knew like in high school and college like no matter what you say to them it's like the world's against them or what you do it's like oh I'm the target I'm this this it's like they're always a victim always victim period. I think
Yeah.
she's in that mentality of always feel like and I think that's because as a woman is trying to fight for and pretty woman is
Mhm.
trying to fight for her work voice to be heard. But I think at a certain point when you reach privilege, you don't have to fight anymore. You need to like
Right.
again, there's tools you can use as you grow up and you mature. But once you get to a certain point, you should be able to, okay, I need to mature and change. It's like having street mentality, and then when you start to progress and you get to a place where now you don't have to fight, you don't have to be in the streets anymore. Now you're elegant and you're posh and this, and now we're resorting to how you were back in the day. It's like you don't have to do it anymore. You don't have to do that anymore. So I
Mhm.
think you need to take that mentality out of it, and also like know that again, like it's the same thing with Trump and everything else. You have
Mhm.
responsibility, no matter what
Mhm.
happens. You have responsibility to do the right thing. Do the right thing. You don't get. You shouldn't take advantage of special privileges because you have money, right? Money does give you access to things, but you're not exempt like to things like anything else. So I think the problem is people think they're exempt from consequences because of and life are like this too. Because I look good, I should be exempt from this, or because whatever you care about me, whatever. I don't take any consequences. No, there's consequences no matter who you are across the
Right.
board. Period. There's consequences,
Right.
and when
I
you make bad decisions, you got to sit in those bad consequences. Sorry, that's what I say.
no, no, I agree, and I think to me, like Actually, I do like Nicki Minaj. I do think she's one of the best rappers in our generation. She's one of them. I think we do believe she's one of the best raps for our generation. I
With
do
what?
think that
Mark with what? With what? The best rapper with the what? With the what?
the worst reputation. No, no,
Is
no, no. No, 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 no,
that?
I think she just needs to change her perspective a bit. Where I think you're right. I think it should be. I mean, I would have probably, if I was in her position, I mean, I would just kind of keep it quiet and be like, and if it was something where you knowingly, even if people who were in my camp and it wasn't me and people still had it, I would just be quiet and just kind of deal with it very quietly. I wouldn't have never had it out loud. I
Yeah.
would have probably said, I would probably stated something because I had a show in Manchester. If I had a show in Manchester where we had to do something, I would let people know, hey, I'm sorry guys, this is what's going on right now. I'm gonna do my best to get it taken care of. But I wouldn't have actually kind of thrown everything out there until I got all the information I needed. I think what kind of exacerbated the whole situation is it was her attitude.
Her putting online.
Was her attitude a little bit. I think.
Yeah.
I think it could have went better. But again, who knows? I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it my go?
Sure.
All right. So I went with a major publication put out the like 10 or 12 of the worst side attractions in the US, or I just cite them, and I'll go with a few of them, and I'm gonna tell you. So I'm gonna ask you what you think as well. So the first one was the Hollywood sign. They said it was Jiminy Crickets. It was Jim. They said it was Jiminy.
I probably agree with them on that. I mean, I don't see it being that
like it's a sign.
I think before it was probably something that was very desirable to go see, one of the desired destinations, but I don't see it being that anymore.
I mean, I can see if you like back in like the day when you're like it's hard to get across the country and you see something like that, it'd be spectacular. But I kind of feel like when it comes to like again, I feel like when it comes to like a sign or a landmark, you gotta have something near it, like a restaurant or a well-known something to make it kind of pop, right? Like they're just okay, now we're up here, okay, take a picture, and it's like okay, I guess we go home. Like you need something to like I don't know to commemorate the experience. I guess I don't know. You need something there, right? So the other one was Times Square. They said Times Square is just busy as heck. It's busy. It's nothing more.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard from countless people in New York that it's very like
we've been there. We've been
there's no really purpose of being there. Besides, I mean, of course, you want to see it because it's like one of the busiest places in New York. But I mean, I don't know. I don't see that being. You've been in New York many times. You've never been to Times Square. I don't feel like I've missed anything.
But also, Four Corners Monument. Are you aware about that? That's where the 4 states meet. It's Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico. It's like it's just
I mean, it's interesting because they all intersect in that area, but I don't. Again, that's something I'm not. It's not a travel destination I want to go to.
See, it would be cool if they put a restaurant on top of it, and you're like, okay, these different taxes or something funny, something weird or funny. Like it'd be funny. Every head you see the difference of each. That'd be cool. But yeah, I know. Like you need something. You need something there. You can't just have a landmark and nothing there. It's kind of like it's It's a Liberty Bell was born too in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, it's the same thing.
Boring as hell.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're a historian, I don't see that being.
I mean, you're going that far to see it crack. You might as well enjoy pride. Enjoy pride. Yeah.
I'd rather go to DC and see all the monuments there than the Liberty Bell.
Might you see more crack than pride? I'm just kidding. Is it Epcot?
Epcot actually no. Epcot was bomb.
No, it wasn't. Epcot was boring. It was boring.
Epcot was nice.
All of them. That's in Florida. If you guys want to know, it's in Disney World, Florida.
Disney World, Florida.
You know, it was boring.
It was okay.
Remember, different languages. It was boring. It was a long.
I thought
for a computer to speak different languages.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Your turn.
Okay. So, a man was kind of crazy. So, a man lost his emotional support alligator. That was he lived in Pennsylvania and he actually went to Georgia where actually his pet was lost, and then they found that he was returned to the wild with 20 other gators, and now he's upset because he said it was kidnapped and released. So what do you think about my question to you, because it's sort of interesting story? The story's not as interesting, but I feel like to me, what do you think about people that would be support animals, like but that are not dogs, like support alligators, support parrots?
Yeah, I feel like just in general when I'm just thinking.
What do you think about that, bro?
This is the others are going to the top floor in this one. No, I kind of feel like all right, when it comes to a support thing, I feel like it's just something you could that either you is able to cuddle you or some way or like
Which is he
give
actually
you
it so in the news clip it did show him
I
hugging
know you're lying.
an animal. Dan is showing hugging that I get her. But see, my thing is this: anytime a support animal can eat you, I don't see that being a support
I
animal.
don't want that kind of support. I want that kind of support. I want that kind of support. Yeah, man, that sounds great. It's not even cuddly. It's like, how do you?
Scaly, yeah,
I just kind of feel like people are they're reaching. People are reaching.
they really are.
Because no, because I heard no. I don't say who told me, but someone told me that it's like nothing to apply for a support animal. You get a
Yeah,
picture of your animal, like it could be anything, and you go and they have to make a space for it on the plane because it's part of you. It's part of you, so it gets a free spot on the plane when you go somewhere. So
mm-hmm.
imagine you can't get a spot on the plane if it's an alligator on the plane.
Because I like they don't really check those things. No one really checks it, so it's
Yeah.
like I like to me it doesn't really you could really do whatever with that. So yeah,
Mhm.
I understand that 100%.
Hilarious, hilarious.
So I guess I have one last thing. Or do you want to go? You can go next if you want.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So next was Mike Tyson. He has a fight with he's having a fight
Oh,
with
Logan Paul.
he's gonna have a fight with Jake Paul. But the thing is, I think he had an ulcer. So
Okay.
they're kind of figuring out what to do, or they're postponing it, or have
Mhm.
someone replace him, or whatever. Um, what do you think about that?
I feel like it would. I mean, it wouldn't matter anyway. See, he got knocked out anyway.
Yeah,
Logan got
yeah,
knocked out anyway. I like to me. I feel like it's just too. I mean, I get it as far as being an influencer. You want to prove yourself and prove your metal, but I feel like you don't have to put yourself in harm's way to do that. But you know,
yeah,
I like that's his brand though. So
yeah,
I get it because I know social media you have to kind of have a balance of
yeah.
showing who you are as a person, but I think also you shouldn't do that at the expense of your health or getting hurt.
Yeah, I feel also, when you're that kind of elite fighter, I feel like what you never want is anything to even take a shadow of doubt of how your ability is when you're fighting, right? I feel like you want to make sure you're in the top, you know,
Mhm,
top peak of your health. And so he's
mhm.
like you don't want any question of oh, because my leg was hurt, I couldn't win, or because this happened. So I'm like, Mike, rest up, do anything you do, and like be at 100% before you have this fight. Because what you don't want is someone else to like use that against you too, like later on. Like, oh yeah, well,
That's true.
so you want to make sure you have your stuff together. So and we're fighting. Guys, we do martial arts, we kickboxing,
Yeah,
and stuff,
so, yeah.
and you never want to go into you don't go into a fight with a deficit. It's just when you just don't,
Never.
because then you're worried about you're focused more on that than you are about the fight, right?
And
So
the
you
most important thing too is if you ever get into a situation where you need to, for example, if you have a tournament or something, you're hurt, it's best to, like Mike saying, it's best to just rest up, heal, don't hurt yourself, or don't push yourself too much where you're not, like you said, when you're in a deficit where you can't do something, or you get worse, the injury gets worse. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
important. Yeah.
That's it. It's your turn, right? You want
So
more?
yeah, I have one last thing. Have you been watching Demon Slayer?
No. So I actually I need to update my
Oh
Crunchy.
no.
I need to do
It's
my
so good.
Crunchy.
So guys, if you don't know, one of our favorite anime is Demon Slayer that's come out. The new series is the Astra Training, where Tanjiro is actually going through different series of
Mhm.
the fighters. He's
Maybe a
actually
spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Where
oh
you
I'm not gonna go into too much. I'm not going
okay.
to detail. I'm just gonna go and
No,
get
we're
you.
down. We're down because
Yeah, but basically
I will cut you. I'll push
well,
this.
basically, the Ashura are the people that he actually fights with. They all have different abilities and skills, and he's actually going to each of the people, and they're teaching him different skills. So it's pretty cool to see the training. So I highly advise, if you like anime, if you like one that actually has a heart and actually has a very good
Yeah.
storyline, watch Demon Slayer.
Yeah, I've been so busy watching. Okay, y'all. So I've been so busy watching. Was it
Delicious in Dungeon.
Listen Dungeon is
Yeah,
so
it's good.
good.
It's good
I
too.
want to admit, but I want to finish up our last segment before we end it. If we end
Yeah,
it, then
sure.
we
Oh,
can go into the anime and video game
yeah.
stuff. Um, so is it one of the crazy things you'll see in Dubai? So I'm gonna make sure that I want to talk about that. I'm gonna say the word to you, and you can try to describe what you think it is, and then tell me what you think about it. Okay. So water cars.
Water car.
What do water cars are? Water cars are.
What I think they are in Dubai.
Yeah, water cars.
I scoot. Oh, we call them like jet skis.
Water cars. Yeah, so basically cars that ride on water.
That's cool. That's
What,
pretty cool.
what do we do about that? Is that
I think
crazy?
it's pretty. I mean, honestly, I feel like Dubai is like a futuristic like area in general because
It's
I
the whole
feel like
place.
it's so much money there. If they do what they have they have skiing, they have so many different things. That they have snow. I mean, Dubai is a whole another. It's not even a
I mean,
country.
but what else you get car crack? What you get driving? Is it DWI? Driving water
Maybe you could get one.
I don't know. Driving water cars
That's
under
true.
influence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that sounds scary. So you crash and drown.
That's bad.
Okay, anyway, all right, okay. Undersea hotels.
I actually that's how I love to do. Actually, that'd be cool. I actually would like to go to that. So basically, you swim down to the hotel.
No, you just go into the building and it gets takes you down
Oh, I
into.
would love that. Honestly, I would love that. Like aquarium hotel.
It sounds cool in theory. The only thing I'm worried about is the pressure your ears get sometimes.
Oh yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, it'd probably be cool, but I'm not sure how they alleviate the pressure of you being under. I don't know. It costs $6,000 per night to sleep in one of those hotels.
That's cool.
Is it saying? All right. How about this? Helicopter taxis for cars.
That's a little excessive. Excessive.
What?
That's
What
excessive.
in the?
Yeah.
I wear my butt in diamonds.
I mean, unless you're taking your car out of Dubai to somewhere else, I don't see
Yeah,
that being a need or a necessity.
yeah, it's kind of extreme, huh?
Mhm.
Okay. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Lamborghini police cars.
That's
What do you think of these cars?
it's too like opulent. I don't see why you need a Lamborghini. So what? So you can actually try to catch a criminal, crash your car, and then millions, cost the taxpayer money for it to be fixed. I don't see that being
All right,
feasible.
two more. Let's do elite ambulances. So when I say elite ambulances, I mean like limo ambulances.
Yeah, again, that's opulent. It's just there's no need.
Have you roll it back
Excessive.
and forth? Have you roll it back and
It's
forth?
excessive. You're in a limousine, relax, and drinking champagne. Have a champagne IV. It's just too much.
Okay. All right. How about diamond encrusted Mercedes?
Yeah, again, that's a lot.
They were also talking. I wear my diamond shoes.
Yeah, it's a,
They're not going nowhere. They're
yeah,
staying now. They're
that's
staying now. Staying in the
and
house.
honestly, and then also someone could actually diamond crust. Someone could actually steal the diamonds off your car. It's a no with me.
Okay. All right. Now, okay. Good. Now we can go into
And so already went over Demon Slayer. So what other animes you want to talk
yeah.
about, bro?
So we're going to our anime games. I'll go. Oh, so Delicious in Dungeons is really good. So do you find this? Only about this. I like it a lot, but what I'm really kind of getting kind of like not bothered by, but kind of like not fearful, but kind of like apprehensive about. There's so much plot. There's
Yeah,
so
you
much,
know, I feel like
it's
yeah,
like oh,
I
there's a
totally
whole.
agree.
There's too much plot
I
almost.
agree. Again, spoiler alert. But I think to me, I feel like they're expanding the story, which is I think it's good in certain aspects. But it's like when is it going to reach a resolution? I think that's my question is when's it gonna, because you're going to so many different.
Mhm.
For example, they went into that the ghost area, and the area took them to a whole other area, a whole other
Mhm.
country, and then
Yeah,
you find out that they can't eat anything, but
well,
they're all connected to the dark sorcerer that's in the series. So
mhm.
I'm curious to know, like, okay, so are you gonna circle back to that because your very first goal was to actually to save your friend because your friend became a griffin demon. So I'm confused what you're gonna do.
Yeah, and like
It's
it's
all
like no, but it's kind of like you think about Game of Thrones. That's what it's the issue Game of Thrones. There's so many branches that went out that you never got to what's the place called?
yeah.
Was it Quarth or
Winterfell or
no? What's the place that's kind of in the heat, and the kind of like it was like the Middle East of that area of
oh, what's it called? The
I'll
summer?
say
No,
Quarth or what's can't get the name of it. But
yes.
remember, there's so many weird stories there, but they
Mhm.
never came back to it. So it's just like, oh
Yeah,
my god,
yeah. I like to me a good story circles back and kind of ties up loose ends. Where I feel like this is going to be, I don't see how this is going to how they're going to tie every single thing.
yeah,
I mean, I'm sure they will, but I feel like it's going to be a long time until they figure to kind of tie
yeah,
everything
'cause
up.
it's so much to go on. Like, because you have to figure out why are the siblings like
Mhm.
or I don't know that whether they're destined to rule or why I don't
Mhm.
know. There's so much stuff like there's a kingdom within a kingdom. There's the guy who builds the entire dungeon. There's so much stuff happening, and then there's so many branching parts going out. Like who are
Mhm.
the other minor characters, where they come from, and what they it's just so it's so much. It's like I need to kind of bring it
Yeah,
to
tied in.
life.
No, what's this series you got me that you actually introduced me to, Mike, that I watched?
Oh, it's called a Korean show called The Eighth
Yes.
Show. The Eighth Show. Yeah, I want to talk about that. The
So
Eighth Show.
good. Yeah, it's a really
I
good show.
mean, if you want to see a discourse on economic,
Social
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 structures,
structures.
it
Yes.
is. You need to watch that show. Is amazing. You guys can watch it.
It's great.
I don't give a plot away, but if you're into like what's a really
Squid
good
Games
Squid
meets like
Games, or meets like what's the other one, the one I had you watch. The other one I had you watch. It's really good.
The
That
Devil's Plan.
was
The Devil's
playing. Like,
Plan. Yes, yes.
it's really really good. You would love that. You will love it. It's so good. It'll
It's
essentially,
Mike and Mark's top picks.
yes, for sure, for sure. Yes. Also, I want to talk about, have you seen the new season of Mortal Kombat? The new season of
Oh,
Kid Buu?
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
the outfits
Yes.
are so good. Are so they're
Oh, yeah,
so they're
and
so
also
good.
now Homelander's in it, which is pretty cool. So if you
Yeah,
guys don't
really
know,
good.
we're big MK1, the new
Mortal
game.
Kombat. Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's out now, and then basically they all now, instead of actually come up with, when they do updates of different
Mhm.
to different segments of the game, now they're actually described as series. So the last series they had, it was based upon Raiden. So
Mhm.
now there's actually going into the next
Which
season,
is
which is going to
Reptile.
be based upon Reptile. So they
Yeah.
have different thing focuses or different seasons,
Uh-huh.
and it's pretty cool because now they have Homelander. They have with Homelander's new character they have
And
on there,
Movado's in it
where
too.
he was able to actually, with Homelander, he was actually on as a locked character for a long period of time. But the reason I found out is because they get the rights to the actor to actually do the
See
voice
the voice.
overs
Yeah.
for the effects. So now they actually got everything taken care of. Now he's actually a part of the game, which is pretty cool. So they already
Right.
have Omni-Man. So they have now Homelander, and get
The
sure
Army Man. Yeah.
Movado. Mavado's newer, and yeah, so it's gotten really good.
No,
Um,
have you seen his fatality? Have you seen
oh
how he?
yes, he's
It's
hilarious.
like,
The plane,
it's so funny.
it's crazy. It's like it's hilarious.
Makes you like every time.
Fatality. It's very indicative of Homelander. It's so hilarious. Just
Yeah,
so if you guys are not, it's funny.
I have friends who love the boys, like really love the boys, like, and I love the boys too. It's a really amazing
It's a
show.
good
But
series.
it's coming out soon for that show. But yeah,
Mhm.
but like Homelander he's a really good fighter. He's in the game. He's a really good fighter too. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, and but back to what I was saying was the new costumes. The new costumes you can get for the characters. Like
Mhm.
the first time that you can give like outworld characters. So I'm not sure if you guys know what outworld characters and rarely. So basically, if they're more from Earth, or they're kind of Earth realmers, right? So they have, but outworlds are kind of people who are not from
All right.
Earth, right? So what they're doing this season was, again, people who are outworlds, kind of like Earthworm, or urban costuming, which it looks so good. It's so good. Like you see Melina. Melina has the best on the bubble
Mhm.
coat with the
Mhm.
thing on the back of it, and
It's
they have
really
Katana with her high ponytail and the and leggings. It's so they look amazing. And Reptile with his hoodie, it's really really good.
No, it's pretty cool because I think the last they did one season, I think, of Melina and also of Raiden, and honestly
Costumes are
the
good.
costume was horrible. So I'm glad that they're kind of pivoting. It's good they're changing it.
Yeah, yeah. Yay. So this is our Pride special. You want to say to anybody?
Oh yes, there's
Any
something
shout out?
else.
Were you any shout out to your friends? You shout out to your friends?
Oh yeah, shout out to everyone who watches our show. I want to shout out to my friend Quinn. I know it's her Pride this weekend, so I want to shout out to her. I also want to shout out.
She probably passed out. Okay,
She's
okay,
probably
great.
having a good time
It's a good time. Good.
with their partner. But I want to shout out to them. But I also want to let you guys know that if you have the time, just make sure you donate, even if you can't donate money to a charity, which I know I typically don't talk about this as that often, because I feel like, to me, when you donate to a charity, that you should never really kind of express it to other people. I think it's something that should be given from the heart and not really talked about. But I do think that it's important that if you have enough money, or if you have enough time, give that to a local community or donate to something to help other people. I think it's important now more than ever that we as gay people actually help each other, and actually just remember that when you were younger, how you're learning and trying to grow up and trying to figure out how to get things done. People now have communities where they can actually help people and go out and actually spread awareness, and also just health wise, and also just sexuality, just make people be comfortable who they are in their own skin. It's more that we give back to the community. So I would say give back something. I don't have a website to go to specifically, but if you can do that, just do what you can to help the community.
Also, I want to say, and don't underestimate your mental health. It's very important. Like that's what's for everybody. I feel like a big issue is that a lot of times we do things because it's the normal thing to do. It's because it's the easy, comfortable thing to do, but it might not be the best for your mental health. So
Mhm.
I urge you, if things aren't working out for you in terms of towards your mental health, like a friendship, a relationship, whatever it is, family, whatever it is, cut off toxicity and move your life forward. Like it's honestly, there's nothing worse than trying to fix something that's unfixable, or something that's just taking a toll on you so bad that
Mhm.
it's going to mess you forever, right? So I don't think you know this, but even when you're dealing with and just in general, people in general,
Mhm.
narcissists, that it actually affects your brain. It actually affects
Sure.
your brain. Like
For sure.
it does detriment damage to you. So you have
Mhm.
to be really careful about who you keep around you, who you love. Like if people aren't progressing moving forward with you, then maybe it's okay to move forward. But they were working with you, then work with them. But yeah, but honestly, don't underestimate mental health. There's a lot of things happening in the world today. So much stuff happening with people getting angry, the inflated prices, everything else. Like take a time, maybe talk to somebody, maybe go out in nature. Like we both do kung fu. Staying active is such a good way of keeping your mental health good. Like reaching out and people tell people, and also when you need help, talk to
Reach
somebody
out
you
to
don't know.
friends. Yeah.
Say I'm not my strongest. I need someone to
Or I'm
talk
not
to.
okay. Yeah. It's
I'm
okay. It's
not
okay
okay.
to say
Can
that.
you talk to me? Can you just give me support? Like I feel like, and if you guys ever need me, you can contact me anytime.
And
DM,
the same for
the
me. If you ever need me,
same
hit
one,
me up.
same with us. Yeah, we are here for everybody. We love everybody. We want nothing. If you don't believe anything we ever say, I want everyone to be their best, brightest, and to reach their potential. That's all
We
I have
want you to be,
in
we
life.
want you to be the best you, and not just that. Also, since it's Pride Month, I want to say one last thing is make sure you grab and hug a gay person
Yeah.
this month. We've gone through so much, and I think a lot of times we don't see the progression and then the things we've gone through in our lives. But just let reach out to a gay person, let them know that you love them.
Yeah. And bro, I love you.
I love you too, bro.
You know,
I
my
think you had a great show. What do you think?
it was an amazing show. I had a good time. You had a good time?
Yeah, I had a great time.
Let's not make it so long, okay? Yeah, but I think our fans they need it, and we need you guys too. We need you guys too. So remember to like, comment, subscribe, at least
Yes.
share. Please share this. We need to get this up. I think we had 66 views. We're moving up, but like really push it out there for us. We need this. Everyone needs this. Everyone needs
And
this.
we
So
want to build a community. So like I said, we're building a community. So everyone reach out, talk, let's chat with each other. Let's connect. We want to hear from you. And maybe one day you'll be on the show. Who
yeah,
knows?
you're a diamond was it netizen. So netizens are citizens of the
Yeah.
internet. So we will call you our diamond
A
netizen.
diamond net. A diamond netizens.
You diamond neck. Okay.
Diamond. Oh,
And a team
I don't know all that.
and a
I
team
mean, I'm sure that's going on during Pride. But love you guys.
Bye guys. We'll see you next time.